So Jordan Love just had his first press conference as quarterback one of the Green Bay Packers. So I wrote down every key takeaway from this press conference and wanted to summarize it in a video for you guys. Now, let me start off by saying I am super excited to see what this season holds under Jordan Love. Obviously, us Packers fans over the last 30 years saw back-to-back Hall of Fame quarterback play from Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers. I don't think there's any other team that has had that long of tenure of Hall of Fame quarterback play. So I am interested to see what the future holds for the Green Bay Packers. You know, what that is going to look like for Jordan Love in 2023 and 2024. I would assume he would at least have 2 years to show what he has. And I am super confident in Jordan Love. I don't think it's going to be all of a sudden another Hall of Fame quarterback in Green Bay. There's going to be their ups and downs. But I am super interested to see how he does this year and into the future around this very young and new football team. So let me start off this press conference summary in saying that Jordan Love answered all of these questions very well. He had great answers to all the questions. A lot of the questions were kind of simply just reworded versions of another question about, you know, how he feels going into being the starter, how he felt with Aaron Rodgers, you know, the last 3 years and him being the backup and that sort of thing. But he answered all of those questions very well. It seemed like he's been doing this for a long time now. It seems like this wasn't anything different. He's just been kind of doing this for a long time now. Jordan Love already seemed like a veteran answering these questions. And the main takeaway out of this entire press conference for me was Jordan Love sounded very confident. He started off by saying he approached this entire offseason ready to be the starter. He was thinking he was going to be the starter. And he said he approached all previous off seasons the same way, where he was going to be ready to be the starter if needed and always ready if his number were to be called. And he said his biggest takeaway of the last 3 years being a backup to Aaron Rodgers was learning the scheme, improving himself, building and working. More importantly, Jordan Love said he is ready to be a leader. He is ready to be the guy. Obviously, with a quarterback, you are the leader of the football team. It seems like Jordan Love is definitely ready to be that, lead guys and boost the confidence of the guys around him. We saw earlier in the offseason, he had Romeo Doubs and Aaron Jones out to work with him. He said so far that's the only 2 guys he's gotten out to work out with him. He said Romeo Doubs is already in California, so it was easy to get together with him. And he said Aaron Jones had ended up hitting him up, coming out to California and working with Jordan Love. And he says he wants to keep building that, getting more and more guys out to work with him, you know, in private workouts and whatnot, and OTAs and all of that. And that's a breath of fresh air. Now, I know it was just kind of like the recent last 3 years where Aaron Rodgers really wasn't going to OTAs, and that wasn't like that his entire career. But I feel like every OTA, you know, we kind of had a new wide receiver room with young guys, new guys, whatever it may be. And it always seemed like it was a step behind because Aaron Rodgers didn't show up to OTAs. And then we went into minicamp and it seemed like some of those receivers were hurt or weren't practicing. So then they never really got on the same page as Aaron Rodgers until we're already, you know, week 1 of the regular season. So it's going to be very nice to go into OTAs this season. Jordan Love's going to show up, be ready to lead, be ready to work with these new wide receivers. I mean, they're all technically new to him. Yeah, he got some snaps last year with Watson and Dobbs and Torrey, but this is going to be the first time going into an OTA as a starting quarterback. So getting on the same page as your wide receivers who are going to be the ones helping you as a quarterback with Christian Watson, Romeo Dobbs, their new rookies in Jaden Reed, Dontavian Wicks, Grant DeBose, Samori Toure, Bo Melton. There's a bunch of guys in this room. I'm super excited for that wide receiver room as a whole. So to go into OTAs with Jordan Love coming into the building, ready to lead, ready to get to work with these guys, I'm just super excited for that. Jordan Love was then asked what he learned from Aaron Rodgers, and he basically said there was a lot I learned from, you know, being under Aaron Rodgers for the past 3 years, how Aaron attacks every day, interacts with his teammates, and he said it was very valuable to be under Aaron Rodgers for those 3 years. I feel like nowadays these rookie quarterbacks get thrown right into the fire. I mean, we saw what happened with Malik Willis over there in Tennessee, and now there's reports he might not even make, you know, the 53-man roster as a 3rd-round draft pick from last year. So I feel like now more than ever, quarterbacks are getting thrown right into the fire, and it's very valuable to sit under someone like Aaron Rodgers for 3 years. We saw Aaron Rodgers sit under Brett Favre for 3 years, and then, you know, the rest was history. Not saying it's going to happen like that, but I think it's also very valuable, and Jordan Love understands that, and I think it definitely has helped him as a player rather than getting thrown straight into the fire. He's been able to learn, work on himself, tune his game, and now I think is ready to be that quarterback 1 of the Green Bay Packers. He also mentioned he has indeed talked to Aaron Rodgers since the trade has happened, and Aaron Rodgers said, you know, he wishes him the best, and he's there if he needs anything, meaning if Jordan Love has any questions or needs to talk to Aaron Rodgers about certain things, he says he's there if he needs them. So that's really cool for Aaron Rodgers to still, you know, be so invested in Jordan Love. It was never a bad teammate or I'm mad at Jordan Love. It was just just more so the Packers drafting a quarterback in the first round that would eventually replace him. I think Aaron Rodgers wants the best for Jordan Love. He wants him to succeed as a Green Bay Packer, and like he said, if he needs anything, he's there to help. Then Jordan Love was asked how hard it was to be patient for these last 3 seasons, to sit under someone like Aaron Rodgers, never really knowing when you're going to end up being a starting quarterback, if ever. And he said it was hard to be that patient, and he wanted to be the guy on the field making the plays, but it was the situation he was put in, and he can only control what he could control, which is himself, how he carries himself, how he practices, how he tunes his game. And he said what he can control is growing, learning, and being ready. Jordan Love also admitted that it was a hard time for him when Aaron Rodgers re-signed with the Green Bay Packers to that 3-year, $150 million contract after his back-to-back MVPs, because at that point he was thinking, okay, I thought maybe after, his previous contract, it would be my time to be, the starting quarterback. But since that contract extension happened, he didn't know what the future would hold at that point. And again, he said, I can only control what I can control, and that he would just let it play out, which obviously it did. I don't think when that contract was signed, any of us thought Aaron Rodgers would have been traded to the Jets just 1 year after, but that's exactly what happened. And that's basically what Jordan Love means. He can control what he can control. He's going to show up every day, be the best player he can be, and that's all he can control. And that's exactly what happened. And now Aaron Rodgers is a New York Jet, and Jordan Love is going to be the starting quarterback in 2023. So it is crazy to see how quickly things can change, and obviously that benefited Jordan Love. He was then asked a little bit about his future in terms of, okay, you're kind of playing towards a payday. I know the Packers did just sign him to that 1-year extension instead of the 5th-year rookie option, but he basically said he's not trying to look too far ahead. He says at every point in your NFL career, you're playing for a bigger payday, so he's not really looking that far ahead and simply just wants to handle business this year and be the best player and teammate he can be this year. Just a very good answer there. Very confident, very sound answer all around. Honestly, Jordan Love did an excellent job in this press conference today. Then he was asked about, does he feel any extra pressure? Obviously all eyes were on Aaron Rodgers, back-to-back MVPs, and then this trade happens, and now all eyes are on Jordan Love. And he said, no matter where you are, there will be pressure. That's what comes with the position, the quarterback position. Obviously, if you're a starting quarterback on any team, there's going to be a ton of pressure. And he said it just comes down to making the most of it. Love went on to then praise quarterback coach Tom Clements and said he has helped a lot to tune his game. I'm super happy the Packers have kept Tom Clements after bringing him on last year after his little bit of a hiatus there. I thought Clements did a lot for Aaron Rodgers early in his career. I mean, if you look back at Aaron Rodgers in his college days, his form is just completely different. His release, footwork, all of that completely different. And obviously we know what Aaron Rodgers is today. So I think Tom Clements had a lot to do with that. And I'm super excited that he is still the quarterback coach and now has his 2nd year in a row coaching Jordan Love. Jordan Love then finished off the press conference saying he is taking it day by day. He is very confident in himself and the team, and he's ready to grow as a team. Mentioning he knows there will be ups and downs. It's not going to be all up. It's not going to be all down. Knows it won't be that easy this year. It's going to be a growing process, and he wants to create a tight bond with the team and grow together and lead that team. So that was pretty much all the main takeaways I got from this press conference. Like I said, it was his first press conference as quarterback 1 of the Green Bay Packers, so all eyes were on him. The spotlight was on him, and I think he handled it very, very well. Like I said, a lot of the questions were kind of just rephrased versions of other questions, so it was mainly just about taking over at quarterback 1, how he felt the last 3 years, and how he feels going forward. That was pretty much the general gist of things. And like I said, I think Jordan Love answered all these questions very, very well, and he did seem like a true leader, and he does seem like he's very confident in himself, and I'm super excited about that. It's going to be a very interesting offseason, and then of course into the season. And like he said, there's going to be growing pains. There's going to be ups and downs. It's not going to be all great for Jordan Love. And there's definitely going to be times where we see the fan base saying bench Jordan Love, and there's going to be times where the fan base is saying, wow, how did Jordan Love make that play? So there's going to be ups and downs, but I'm super excited for it. I'm super excited for this 2023 season and this team as a whole. It's a very young team, probably one of the youngest Packers teams I can remember in any recent history. But I want to know your thoughts down in the comments below. How do you feel about Jordan Love and his confidence going forward and him as a quarterback 1 of this football team? Let me know down in the comments below. But that about does it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please go leave a like down below. It supports my channel a ton. I appreciate you guys for watching. I'll catch you on the next one, and as always, go Pack Go.